So today I'm making some jalapeno relish. I was going to just make pickled peppers, but I didn't really have enough of the jalapenos to make it worth my while, but I figured I could probably get at least 4 or 5 pints if I did it like this, because I'll be adding onion as well. I chopped these by hand and I didn't wear gloves, so I'm paying for it now. By all means, wear some gloves before you chop them. Okay, so my jars are sterilized and hot, and my mixture is not. And I'm not cooking it either. Not before it goes into that water bath, because I don't want it to taste mushy. I think if it's crunchy, it'll taste a little bit better. I mean, this stuff would be good thrown in scrambled eggs in the morning, or in a burrito or a taco, even without adding cilantro and tomatoes to it. You know, Abby'd probably like it in her tuna. But I think having it as crunchy as I can keep it is important. This isn't, however, cold. Regardless how you're going to can things, you need to make sure you never put cold items into hot items or hot items into cold items, because it will break your glass. So this is a sterilized jar. I'm putting my little canning funnel on there. So I'm trying to get away from using plastic, and I actually do have a metal funnel. However, I don't like using metal on my jars because I'm afraid to etch it. So you do you, but this is how I roll. 1/2 inch headspace. I'm going to use the skinny end of this spoon. This is why I have these wooden spoons. They're kind of small, not good for much, but at least I can pack it down in there. Make sure there's really not a lot of air bubbles. You've checked your rings to make sure there's no chips and your jars for cracks. And you take a clean rag that you've dunked in some vinegar and clean off the edge. Then you take your lid, place it on there, then place your canning ring on, just snug, not too tight. There you go. So I'm going to finish the rest of them, and then we will water bath them for 10 minutes. Now we're filling our pot up again. We put our jars in there and we're filling up with water. Our jars kind of cooled down. You may want to sterilize the jars in your dishwasher if you do it like this to keep them hot. However you do it, just don't put cold jars back in hot water or hot jars in cold water. We just watered the flower bed with that water. We're starting over. Just make sure that you have your water 2 to 3 inches above your pint jars. At this point, we're going to bring this up to a boil, then cover it and let it boil for 10 minutes. Then you shut your stove off and take off the cover for another 5 minutes. Then you can take your jars out and let them rest on a towel. And I usually let them rest about 1 to 2 inches apart. You don't want to crowd them on your towel. All right, there they are. They all popped or pinged. They turned out great, and we're excited to use them. Well, not me very much, but my kids and Trent probably like them. Thanks for watching.